Hi guys, welcome back to Love Luxury YouTube channel.
Today we'll be speaking about two different watches, two different models, the Paul Newman and the Rose Gold Day Date.
And don't forget to hit subscribe, like and comment. Today we are talking about the Rolex Paul Newman and the Day Date, and we are first going to be speaking about this one. This is the Paul Newman.
So today we'll be speaking about this 18 karat yellow gold Paul Newman Daytona, reference number 116508.
And what I found fantastic about this watch is I recognised the name Paul Newman, and growing up, the name Paul Newman was a name that I knew very well, and that's because he was a very famous actor.
But he is also a very professional racer, and he was once part of the Rolex team.
Which I had no idea about. So when Marya said to me, "Oh, he's a famous racer," I was like, that name rings a bell. I swear that's a famous actor. And she's like, no, he's a racer. But we were both right, and he was a famous actor and a racer throughout his life. And this watch was designed specifically for him. Very sadly, Paul Newman passed away on the 26th of September 2008, and his wristwatch was sold for a staggering $17.8 million.
As we know, Daytonas only come in 40 millimeter, so this watch is 40 millimeter and it is 12.8 thick. And this specific watch we have in stock at the moment is a 2021 model. The bezel of this watch is actually engraved with units per hour from 60 to 400, and it actually calculates speed. Speaking about the dial, it's called a tritone, and it's called a tritone because it comes in three different colors. So it contains the black matte and the champagne or gold subdials and the red minute track.
So this particular model has a oyster strap, which is polished on the central piece, and then the two external pieces are brushed gold. This is solid 18 karat yellow gold, and it really is an impressive watch to look at. It also has a folding oyster lock clasp and a 5mm extension, so you don't necessarily have to take out links to get it a little bit bigger in case you've swollen up from heat or you've put on a tiny bit of weight.
So this specific model retails at the moment for £30,050, and it goes for £60,000 to £65,000 in the secondary market,
which is a fantastic return on your investment for such a beautiful watch.
If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to hit like, subscribe and comment.
Next up, we're going to be talking about this fabulous watch, which is a Rolex Day Date in solid 18 karat rose gold.
And the reference number of this watch is 228235.
So this model was introduced to Rolex in 1956, and the original model number was 6511.
And later on, it was changed to 6611 after they certified and tested the chronometer.
So this watch initially was called a Rolex Day Date, and the name was changed to the President watch or Presidential. And don't get that confused with the strap, which is also called a President strap. So the reason for that is because
they gave it to presidents when they came into office, and President Johnson was the first one to wear it.
The most controversial Rolex Day Date that was given to a president was one that was given to JFK by Marilyn Monroe, and it's reported that she gave it to him via his assistant, and when the assistant handed it to him, he refused it. He said, "Take that and get it away from me." That particular watch was engraved with a message on the back,
and the message said, "Jack, with love as always, Marilyn, May 29th, 1962.
That exact watch was sold in auction for a whopping $120,000.
Let's talk about the history of day dates. In the 70s, they added gems and diamonds to day dates.
In the 80s, the reference changed from a 4-digit code to a 5-digit code, and that was because the date was set independently of the time.
In the 90s, they changed the double set feature where both the day and the date can be set independently, and that also changed the reference number.
A fantastic fact that we found was that reportedly a day date in 1965 would set you back $1,500. Another fact that I personally found really interesting was that the day date model has always been self-winding and a waterproof model.
So this specific model of day date was launched in 2015, and it comes in this dial, which is called the brown sunburnt. Most people call it the honeycomb. It comes on a president bracelet, and it's 40 millimeter, and the case is 12.2 millimeter thick, and it comes on the president bracelet, and the clasp features safety lock for added security. The retail of this specific model is 32 to 50,000 pounds.
And the current resale value on the grey market for this watch is between 55 and 60,000 pounds. So much like the other watch that we were talking about, the Paul Newman, this one is also a fantastic investment. So we were just having a discussion about which watch we liked the most, and it just so happens that my favourite of the two is the rose gold day date. And the reason for that is because I actually used to have a rose gold day date. It was a 36mm, so it was nowhere near as grand as this watch, but it was a very special watch to me and it meant a lot.
And my favorite is this one because it has a story behind, and to be honest, it has a feature that we don't usually find it in other watches, which is that it calculates speed. Now, not a lot of people actually calculate speed with this watch, but the idea is there.
Thank you so much for joining us today and watching our video about the Paul Newman Daytona and the Rolex Day Date. We hope that you found it informative and enjoyed and took some pieces of information from this video. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like and comment.